Hello everybody, it is 4:41 p.m. now. Today's not been a great day. It's been quite a rough day if I'm being honest, for a lot of reasons, which I kind of want to talk about later. But right now, to make me feel better, my dad is going to take Zach and I to Starbucks for a little treat, even though it's a treat that I get a lot, but it's something that brings joy to my miserable life. But I just wanted to say, hey, I'm home. Winter break has officially begun. I'm done for school for the rest of the year of 2018. I'll be back January 2nd. It's the 21st of December now, and obviously it's Friday night. I wanted to vlog, I want to say hey, I want to kind of talk about my day a little bit, even though it's kind of depressing. It helps me to get it out, and then I can also relate to people and help other people. So I'll talk about that later. But right now, we're gonna go to Starbucks. Here's my cute little hamster. Daily dose of Phoebe. Look at her. She's so cute. She's eating sunflower seeds. She loves sunflower seeds. Aww, that was so cute. Okay, Phoebe. I'll see you a little bit later. See you a little bit later, Phoebe.
She's recording!
We just had her out. We'll be back real soon, Phoebe. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, sorry, Phoebe. You're so cute. Oh. You're so cute. Okay, bye, Phoebe. Oh. I hate when she does this because I want to take her out, but we have to go. Lots of highway kids.
Yo, he did that on purpose.
It is pandemonium.
Dad!
Fuck you. That's all it takes. That's all the freaking idiot had to do. I'm gonna sit here and wait. Yeah, wait.
You just beat a dick to the dude.
You sound like such a New Yorker.
Shut up.
Hey guys, it's 5:31 now. I'm home. Got my drink over there, and I just kind of want to talk to you guys, and I'm gonna be doing this while I don't make fun of me, but I'm organizing some change here. I've always like collected change from throughout the house, and so this is from my dad's office and cars and stuff. So I don't know, because you know me, I have OCD and I like organizing things, and I like organizing change because I'm a little nutso. That's fine. So I'm gonna be doing this while I'm organizing some change because it calms me. Like sometimes cutting up like a piece of food, like a potato, sometimes that's very zen for me, and sometimes organizing some change is very zen for me. So I'm gonna be doing that while I'm speaking about my horrible day. Today was and if I like start smiling and laughing, it's just coping mechanism. It's not like I think it's funny, you know. But today's been a pretty rough day. I want to update you guys on some things because I haven't vlogged since Saturday. It's Friday now. I'm on a new bed now. I don't think I've told you guys that yet. I tried to vlog that day, but I was just not in a good place that whole weekend and even like throughout this week. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't even be vlogging about this because like they're all probably so annoyed. Like Sunday and like Monday, I was so anxious about everything, and I was thinking like there's no point of vlogging because I'm so anxious and depressed today, and they're gonna get so annoyed with me. I was just being very down on myself because I always am, but I was getting very like I had a very high anxiety level, and I was getting very paranoid that you guys were gonna get annoyed with me by talking about my problems. You know, like I'm not trying to just say like this is all about me. I'm saying like I don't want to make people feel negatively, I guess, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. I say that a lot because I just never know, because I get anxiety about do people understand what I'm trying to say or not. But I was thinking about it more. I'm like, I don't just talk about negativity, I also talk about trying to get out of it and trying to tell people not to wallow in self-pity and to try to do things to help yourself get out of it. So I am trying to kind of almost justify, like, Zoe, it's okay. But in this sense, because I feel like the word justify has such a negative connotation, but in the sense I'm using it positively, you know, like I'm saying like I don't always film videos where I'm just sitting in my room crying. Like I don't remember the last time I made a video of myself like crying. Like I've filmed videos of me crying, but I don't post them, so I'm not trying to like get like pity from people. I'm just trying to express my thoughts on this platform and relate to people and help people. So I'm content with the idea now that I can talk to you guys about whatever I'm feeling. Hang on, I'm gonna count this real quick. Okay, anyway, so I'm okay now with feeling like I can talk about anything I want to while still keeping boundaries. There are boundaries with everything in life, right? But anyway, so today, but let's start with the positive stuff. Let's get that out of the way first. But I'm on my new bed. So last week, as I was saying, that's where I started. I was gonna vlog and I didn't because of that stuff. But for this year, for Hanukkah, and I don't think we normally do anyway, which is like I'm totally okay with. We don't get a lot of presents. Like we don't get like little tchotchkes and stuff. Yeah.
Tomorrow, lunch date, Love Again Local vlog.
I was thinking about that.
Definitely.
That was nice. Yeah, my dad knows I've been really depressed today, so he's been trying to cheer me up. He was off today. We're all off for the rest of 2018. It's crazy. 2019's coming. That's so crazy. And I'm doing a whole separate video about how I feel about New Year's, because I don't know if you guys saw my video last New Year's or New Year's before that, but I get very anxious around the New Year. But I'll do a whole video talking about that, I also just have a lot of mixed feelings about New Year's, even though they're arbitrary. I know that rationally, but irrationally, you guys know I talk about that a lot because it's true. You have like people, especially, I only know what it's like to live with a mental illness. I don't know what it's like to not live with a mental illness, but I know that with a mental illness especially, and honestly though, I think it's with pretty much all humans, everyone has a rational side of their brain and an irrational side of their brain. And my rational side knows a lot of things, but my irrational side prevents me from actually actively performing those things. Like, you know, positive things. And my irrational mind takes over most of the time, which sucks. I'm getting so sidetracked here. So on Sunday, we got so basically we don't really get a lot of little tchotchkes for Hanukkah or like birthdays and stuff, which I'm okay with. Like obviously, like I actually prefer that because I don't need little things. Like I'm the kind of person that likes simplicity. I don't like a lot of like excess things. Obviously, if anyone gives me any present that's like actually like they put thought into it and they thought of me and they cared enough about me to think about me and get me a present, like I'm going to graciously accept that, like, and I'm going to thank them and I'm going to appreciate it. But like, I don't know, I just think that honestly one big gift is like just like a preference to me, because it's like I feel like there's just, I don't know, that's just my preference. I like one big gift as opposed to a bunch of little things. And that's what our parents did this year, so, because Zach and I have had the same bed for literally our entire lives, and because of that I like never got new sheets, because I've always been like, I want a new bed so bad, and I know I'm gonna get one, so I'm just not gonna get new sheets because there's no point if I'm gonna get a new bed. And so I've had the same, before this bed I had the same sheets on my bed my whole life. It was so good to get rid of them. They were like, it was like a hot pink with polka dots on it. I was so done with it. And my parents brought Zach and I new full beds, and this one's so much higher off the ground and it's so nice. It doesn't squeak. My other bed was really squeaky, and like it was really low to the ground, and I already feel low to the ground anyway because you guys know how short I am. But I feel so like powerful on this thing. I love it. I was really appreciative of it, and I'm really happy with it so far. So yeah, that's one positive thing. Let's start with the positive, and then let's kind of get down. That's life for you. Anyway, so today, like, I definitely, like, yesterday I got really depressed. Today I was really depressed, partly because, like, I'm gonna, like, get into the heavy stuff. Should I get into the heavy stuff right now? Should I get the heavy stuff out of the way first and then we can end it on a light note? I think that's what I'm gonna do. The heavy stuff. I want to start with the heavy stuff, and then we can wrap it up with the lighter things that are still obviously not positive, but they're not as deep, you know? So the super heavy stuff, obviously, like my recovery, my eating disorder recovery, that's always really hard. You guys are probably getting so sick of me talking about it, but it's very consuming. So like that's why, like, if somebody's really struggling with a mental illness, like, and they have a YouTube channel about their life, they're gonna talk about it a lot because it's very consuming. It affects everything, at least to me, and I think most people. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, anyway, so that's obviously hard. And I think that's just like recently, like I know that I need to learn how to not rely on other people to keep me sane. But it's like lately you guys know I've always struggled with making friends. I really don't have a lot of friends. It's hard for me to reach out to people. I'm trying to, obviously, as like, you know, I was trying to reach out to Liz and I got to see her, and I try. It's just really difficult for me because I have social anxiety, like really, really bad social anxiety. And I don't know, I struggle with relationships, and I have another diagnosis, which a major part of it, diagnosis, and a major part of that is relationships with people and not being able to maintain stable relationships with people, which is so difficult because obviously social interaction is like a major part of life, and when that's negatively impacted, like my whole life is negatively impacted. So that's always hard. And because of my main diagnosis, I do have a fear of abandonment, and I do get very anxious and very, very depressed when I feel abandoned, even if it's not like permanently abandoned, but if like someone doesn't want to talk to me, it affects me a lot, even if it has nothing to do with me. And whoever this is about, she knows, and she's gonna see this, and it's like I love her to death. She's one of my favorite people, and I know it has nothing to do with me. She's just struggling herself. But it's like, and obviously I wasn't gonna like make her feel worse about it, because I've had that happen to me where people are like, they're struggling with themselves and I'm really struggling with myself, and I can't help them because I can't help myself. And yeah, I feel really bad, but it's like I physically can't help you if I can't even help myself. I need to focus on myself before I can focus on another person. And again, I know that rationally, but because of my mental illness, I just get so affected, so hurt if someone doesn't want to talk to me, and it puts me in a very dark place. And one of my like few friends, my best and one of my only friends, is really struggling herself, which really hurts me because I never want to see her struggle. I really don't want to see most people struggle. I don't want to say all people, because there are some people, but obviously I hate watching people struggle, especially people I really care about. And obviously that's hard. And then it's really hard that I'm really struggling, and then because she's really struggling, we can't really help each other because we can't really help ourselves, which is so hard. Which is like, it's part of the reason that it can be like, I like having friends who deal with like similar struggles that I do, because they understand it, we can talk about it, but at the same time we're both struggling. And so it's very difficult to help each other, and we can kind of feed off of each other's problems, which can be really toxic. So that's always really difficult. There's a line, and I know that in treatment facilities, they've always encouraged us not to be friends outside the program because of stuff like that, which being like totally not friends is a little bit ridiculous. Like if you're struggling with like isolation and loneliness and you found someone you're comfortable with, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? But at the same time, stuff like that can happen. And so because of that, I didn't really know what else to do with I haven't really known what else to do with myself this week because of that. And especially yesterday, like I could tell she just wasn't happy, and she just didn't really want to talk to anyone. And I felt so bad for her, and I felt so bad because I couldn't talk to her, because I wanted to just talk to her in general, and then I needed to talk to her about some things I was dealing with. But like, I don't know, it's just because I don't want to be like selfish at all, you know, like I don't want to like tell her like, oh my god, like you can't focus on yourself, you need to focus on me because I need help. I don't care about your problems, I need help. Like, no, because I'm not trying to do that, but it's like involuntarily I just needed to talk to her and I couldn't. So I just like, I guess I don't really plan for those kind of situations, and I don't know what to do. I don't have like an alternative. which is really bad, and they just start thinking of alternatives, and that's like positive alternatives, like not the negative ones like I did. Oh my god, on Wednesday I don't even want to get started on Wednesday. I don't even want to talk about that. Wednesday was horrible. That was a really bad day because I did some psycho shit, like literally, like I'm pretty sure I had a psychotic episode. It was really bad, but because I didn't know what else to do, because I had always relied on her, and I didn't have that person I relied on, or that entity to rely on, and I didn't know what else to do. And that definitely taught me a lesson that I need to not rely on one person. Like I can't, no one, like that's just like a codependent relationship, which, like I said, my mental illness, most of the mental illness affects relationships with other people, and that happens because a main part of it is a fear of abandonment and stuff like that. So it's hard, it's really fucking hard. So that's the major reason why I've been feeling really dark and down lately, worthless. And like today, first of all, the super light thing, I lost my favorite cardigan today. Actually, it was a couple days ago. It was on Wednesday. That was just the beginning of the end on Wednesday. I was so sad. I loved that cardigan. But then I told my dad all these things I was upset about, and then he got me a new cardigan. He actually got me two. He was at Target when I was texting him about how shitty I felt. And it wasn't even about just the cardigan. I don't even know how that came up. But he got me a new one. Thanks, Dad. I love you. Aww. And it's comfy. I'm still gonna try, like I lost it at school, so I know it's at school. I just don't know what class it's in. So I will still find it. I won't be able to see it till 2019. But for now, this works because it's still comfy. So thanks, Dad. Love you. If you're watching this, which he does. He watches all my videos. But anyway, where was I? Okay, yeah. And then today, so most of the day I just had nothing to do today. Like first period I had health, and we just watched Santa Claus Coming to Town, which was fine.
Years ago, way back, in one of the northern countries, there was a small city called Summertown. It was a cold place which shivered in the shadows of a strange mountain. Now, the main reason for all this gloom was the mayor. A mean old...
The best baby of them all, Wingo.
They brought the little fellow to the earthquake. Tentacrypto. Baby.
Second period I had chemistry, which was fine. I was rapid. I actually did some work in chemistry, just wrapping things up. I got 104% on my test. I have 101% in the class. Okay, anyway, because honestly, schoolwork now, yes, it is very difficult because of some things I have in my personal life, but right now I'm using it as like, it's an escape. Doing my schoolwork is a distraction. It's an escape from my thoughts and my realities and stuff. So I've been getting really into it. Same thing with, you know, YouTube and schoolwork. Just like work gives me purpose, and so that's what I've been using it as. So I'm doing pretty well in school. I'm struggling in just like one subject, geometry. Math is not ever been my thing, but I think I'm gonna get some tutoring because I just really need it. Like I'm so bad at math in general, so I think, but like if I got some tutoring, I think I'd be fine. But in every other class I have like mostly A's right now because I've been just trying to do it. I'm ahead in some of my classes, so yeah, so that's been making me feel pretty good because I'm just trying to find ways to make myself feel good productively, not harmfully. Okay, and then so most of the day I had nothing to do, which was kind of making me more depressed, because when I get bored, like I get really depressed when I get bored, like because I'm not doing anything, because I need to like always be doing stuff, or I get bored and depressed and I don't know what to do with myself and I go crazy, which is also really bad, but I'm working on it. It's just really difficult for me because I push myself so hard, and when I don't know how to relax. Like, I literally do not know how to relax at all. Like, one day, like recently, I had no work to do. I had done all my homework. I didn't have any editing to do. I had no work to do. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I need to work on that. And my dad's like, watch a movie, watch videos. I'm like, oh, but I'm not doing anything myself. I'm useless. I'm worthless. Like, it's so bad. But hopefully some of you guys can relate to that. But then obviously when I get really depressed too, I don't want to do anything. And I lay in my bed and I cry, and I'm unmotivated to do anything. I just like want to die. I'm just like so lethargic. So it's like, oh, I love having both anxiety and depression. I love having a diagnosis that makes me think black and white, but then also the anxiety makes it all blurry. And guys, this is my mind in a video. God, there's so much going on, and then sometimes there's nothing going on. And then I had English, which I actually did some work. We finished up a project. We did pretty well on it. Even though half my group didn't show up because they're douchey guys. Anyway, so in gym there was a free period, so everyone was out with their friends. I didn't have any friends, and I sat in the locker room and did nothing the whole time. I was gonna try to do work, but there was no Wi-Fi in there. And then during lunch, I had lunch next. I normally sit in, like, we have these stool things in the hallway where some people go to do work during study halls, or people who take cyber classes and stuff like that. So that's where I always sit, because I'm not sitting in the cafeteria. Oh my god, no way. I tried to earlier in the year, and I did. I can't deal with the cafeteria. And I was planning to sit with this one girl, like, who I actually do, like, get along with, and she is, like, I mean, obviously, I can't say the word friend. Like, it's so hard for me to say the word friend. It is so hard for me to consider someone my friend. But I think I do consider her a friend. I don't see her that much because we don't have, like, a lot of classes together, but she does have lunch with me one day a cycle. And so I was texting her, and she's gonna come meet me out in the hallway. And then a couple other girls joined us, and, like, they were just saying things that without any consideration of people who aren't as happy and well as they are. Like, obviously I don't want to be like a sensitive little snowflake and expect people to walk on eggshells around me, but like, when you're sitting with somebody who you know is like struggling, like for me today personally, I struggle with an eating disorder. They were talking about things that were extremely triggering. If you're sitting with someone, first of all, keep in mind that everybody is dealing with a battle that you know nothing about. So, like, obviously, you don't have to tiptoe around everybody, but when you're talking about how you skip meals, you're dieting, you restrict your calories around, like, stuff like that, like, you're trying to lose weight, like, around somebody who you know has an eating disorder, or just not even just talking about restricting, because, like, there are many different kinds of eating disorders, but, like, generally talking about weight and dieting and calories, like these girls were talking about how they skipped breakfast, lunch, like they skipped dinner the night before and breakfast and lunch while I was sitting right there, that they know that I struggle with that. They still were talking about it. I got so upset. Like, well, I mean, that was just kind of like my snapping point that made me leave, which I will get to. But before that, every day, there were just a couple girls at my school. Not a couple, most of my school are pretty just self-centered. I'm not trying, like, if they see this, I'm not talking about anyone, like, I'm not trying to, like, start any drama with anybody or anything. I'm just expressing that, like, people in general should have more consideration for other people who are struggling or don't live the way that they do, or different, or are, you know, stuff like that. People who like to push their beliefs on other people, I don't hate the people, I just hate that. And when people shove in my face, or they talk about constantly about how much they love their fucking life, talking about their perfect significant other and all their friends and all their parties they go to and all the plans they make and showing you pictures of their perfect life seemingly. Obviously, like I said, everybody's facing a struggle you know nothing about, but like when you are well aware that I am struggling with wanting to live because I hate my life so much and I don't have a lot of friends, I'm struggling, my family isn't perfect, and you're like throwing that at me, like it's just inconsiderate and it makes me upset. Like if somebody was like just like talking, like there's a difference between like, because this does happen to me, like I'm perfectly okay with people talking about like their plans and their friends and like talking about something that they're excited about, because like when somebody's excited about stuff, like sometimes that radiates to me and then I feel positive. But when it's constant, it's not, there's a difference between being excited and just like showing your excitement and bragging. Like some people are just straight up like to brag about everything, and it's so irritating. Like you can be really happy that you're successful, like confidence is great, I wish I had some, but when you're just constantly like throwing things in people's faces that very much seem like you're just trying to brag, like consider that how that person is feeling about it. Like and I think it would be different like if they knew or not, like if they're just kind of like, if they don't know me too well and they just wanted to kind of like strike up a conversation and they're like, hey, what are you doing this over break? Like, oh, I'm doing this with my friends. Oh, cool, what are you doing? Nothing, I'm just gonna try to chill, you know, like that's a cool, nice conversation. But like I think you guys are able to tell the difference. I mean, maybe the person actually doing it is not able to tell the difference, but you know, use that key expression. Think before you act. Think in your head before you say things out loud. Think in your head, like, okay, is this appropriate right now? Is this okay to like is this insensitive, or is it fine, or like how is this other person going to perceive what I'm doing or saying? Like, think about that stuff when you're talking to someone or doing something with someone. Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to be specific super. I'm just saying like all these things are in general, like based off of specific things that happened to me recently. But in general, I think people need to have more consideration for other people, you know. There's other things I'd like to say that I'm not going to right now because I can't bring myself to. But so I'm done now. I'm done with my ramble. I just really wanted to get that vent out. Like I feel so relieved now. I feel like I needed to get that off my chest. Venting is just great sometimes. Obviously when you're putting it on a public forum, that can be risky, but that's what editing's for. But yeah, that was really nice to get that. But obviously getting that raw rant, getting all of those raw feelings off my chest has felt like a positive release. So now I'm going to drink my coffee, organize my change, and eat some dinner. Yay guys, I'm eating dinner. Alright, love you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, I wanted to just throw this in just for clarification. When I was talking about the things that I don't like that people do, like the whole bragging thing and pushing beliefs on other people and stuff like that, I want to emphasize, it doesn't mean I dislike the person, okay? There's a difference between disliking someone's decisions or the actions that people do or things that people say. You might not like that, or you might disagree with that, but that doesn't mean you have to dislike the entire person. Like, a person is made up of a lot of things. And so, yeah, so I just want to say that with my personal experiences, I don't dislike any of these people that have this is involved. I don't dislike them as people. I just dislike those specific actions that they perform, you know? I just want to clarify that. I want to emphasize that you don't have to dislike an entire person to dislike something that they do or say. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now. Hey guys, it's now 10:15 p.m. After my vent, I just ate some dinner and then edited, watched some videos, just relaxed, tried to enjoy my first day of break, but still edit. So I'm just gonna end this video here because it's late and I'm getting a little tired. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, and share this video and my channel to those you think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you. Bye.